So you're meditating, right? Um, and you're getting into that kind of oceanic feeling that, it's just you're calm and you've been there enough to when you hit it, you're moving in the right direction. Like extra calm. You just, I don't know. There's nothing really going on, but it's good and you know you're moving in the right direction. If you are feeling your magnetic connection, is the best thing I can say, or your connection to source. For me, it's a sweetness I'm feeling right now in my heels, ankles, shins, kneecaps, even into the thighs, which doesn't really usually happen. Although I'm sitting in a different area than what I usually am. Anyway, you feel that feeling and you focus on it, right? With that same kind of easy, calm awareness that you reach through meditation, you focus on that sweet feeling, and you've already proven to yourself that you've grown it. Because now when it comes in, it's more to focus on. It's easier to grasp if you're focusing attention, and you can really, in real time, feel the sweetness that you can get going in real time. Like you can tell it's heightening, it's intensifying just through your focus. Where before you were just lucky to even look and realize you were feeling it. Yeah, or you know what I mean? Anyway, you get to that point, and if you stay calm, you're feeling it, right? You're focusing. You'll feel pressures like start to come up in your head. I don't know how a better way to explain it, but if you surrender and just let it happen, it's like the Kriya movements. And your head will be positioned not by you. You can tell just like when you're breathing, but you're not controlling it because you're doing something else. But you can also feel you can control your breathing. Your head will move into a position that is better suited for something to do with the pineal gland, as far as I can tell. It may have to do with something to do with the energy pathway, maybe decalcification. I don't know. There's lots of crackling involved. Um, but the point is, you have that nice, easy focus on your connection to source any way that it works for you. For me, it's what I explained, and it's getting deeper and changing to more parts of my body, and it's different, and it's not exactly the same every time, but pretty much so. I know when I'm there, and focus on it. Let your body do its Kriya movements. I think I have to go back and explain when you're first meditating and you first come across your first Kriya movements, where you kind of move without like even thinking you're moving. It just happens, and you know you didn't do it. It's almost like a twitch at first. It's like a twitch at first, and you don't really think much. It's just like a twitch. Well, it becomes more, and you start actually moving. Like I can let it like now I'm moving on my head to do it myself to describe really, but I get to a point where it'll just start moving my head around. I'll just let it do it. It'll be something like this, what I'm doing now. I'll just be moving it around. And as I'm moving it around, it'll stop and pause, and I'll just kind of not interfere. Oh, it's almost getting into the real version of it. And as it's moving, I can feel in my brain, in my head, little crackles and like just sparks or crackles or like, I don't know, crinklies. And it just move, ooh, a little bit happened there, just moving around and stuff, like changing and snapping into place. And when I let, I'm gonna say when I let source control me, it's better and easier, and the crackles are like smooth. I can kind of just move my head and get it to happen on its own. A lot of times when I'm doing this, I can feel shit, but it's very subtle. But the point is, let it happen on its own, and it will position your body to have the proper energy flow straight out the top of your head. It'll position it where you need to be, and then you can remember that through time, through repetition on your own. But you know, the goal is, as far as I can tell, is to be connected in that way everywhere. So that's what I'm doing. I don't know what you're doing with your life. That's what I'm doing. The connection that I could only usually get through not long periods, but long enough periods, weed and sitting crisscross, one ankle on top of the thigh, kind of meditation style. Years of meditation before I actually started realizing the feeling was something I could focus. Like I didn't have. It's almost like a feeling of excitement, but you don't. Nothing happens to make it happen. You don't win a car and then you feel excitement because you realize you're not really feeling excitement. You're feeling excitement when that happens, when something happens like that. You're not really focused on it in the way that's going to grow that excitement for its own thing in itself, instead of needing things on the outside. Anyway, so I'm working on just having that feeling everywhere. Now I can get it walking around. I'm getting it now sitting in my car seat in the front. It's actually extra good. It's maybe because I'm outside. Oh, a little spider coming in to say hi to me. All right, don't hang out in here too long, buddy. All right, I don't want to. No, yeah, you can go the other way. Go the other way. Not inside. No, I'm gonna roll the window up and it's gonna crush you. And I don't want to crush you. Go out the other way. I'm telling you, go out the other way, buddy. Please, please. I don't want to crush you. Thank you. Appreciate it. But I don't mind him, but he's big enough to where sitting out here in the dark and talking, I'm not paying attention. He could just get right on me. Which wouldn't be the craziest thing, but while it's a surprise, you don't want it. While I can see him, it's okay. Anyway, sitting in my car, and maybe I was just playing with the idea. There's a lot of wires and copper wires and shit under my dash, and my feet are right up in there. And maybe it has something to do with that or the metal in the car. I don't know. It's a new place to sit in, and I'm feeling good for that sweet feeling. I don't even have to focus on it to keep it sitting here right now. And as I was doing that, I was getting the Kriya movements and doing my thing with my head, and it was aligning my body. And I was like, I'm going to talk about it. So it happens enough now. I know it's a real thing. I'm going to talk about it. And so that's where I'm at. I'm getting that feeling everywhere. It was hard to get it while walking. As soon as you get out of meditation, it would go away. As soon as a thought came or something happened that was a little off, it would go away. But now it's thick. Not all the time. Usually when you're drained, if you're a little tired and you need a nap, you can't really, even if you're feeling good, it's not the same. It's really not the same. So a lot of times I take a 1 hour nap or I just lay down and doom scroll, and I can tell when I click back in. Or when I'm like, oh, I'm back. I don't even have to go to sleep. I can just tell. I'll be laying them down for like an hour or two. I'm like, oh, I'm back. I can just boom, and I go out and either do stuff. Where before I was drinking so much Monster and all this other stuff, I was so unaware of my base happenings that's supposed to be going on, because I had so much stuff layered on top of it, Monsters and coffee and this and that, blah 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 blah. Got rid of all that shit, and now I know my cycles better. I'm more in tune with my body. I really only need about a couple hours of sleep a day, 3 hours of real sleep a day, if that. I can get by with that kind of sleep where you're just laying in bed and you're relaxing. It's nice. You're not really asleep. Maybe you doze off for 30 minutes here and there, but you're relaxing. You can move positions. Not that kind of where you're wrestling for sleep, but it feels good. That kind of sleep where you're not really sleeping, and get a couple hours of that, and I'm good to go. It's fucking great. Once you release so much of the weight, how much easier life becomes in those kind of aspects. Like the amount of food you eat, you save money like hell in that. You don't have to sit on the toilet for so long anymore. You're amazed at how much too long you've been sitting on the toilet because of how much food you eat and how much food you got in your system. Man, let me tell you, in and out, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. And that's because I eat so much less. Just so much less. And it's getting lesser. Ooh, that's not right. Just don't judge my speech too much. It's getting more or less. It's going down. Each day I can see that I could eat less. I overate each day. And nowadays it's oranges and apples, and whatever sugar stuff I can't not do at work. It was just getting better though. But each day I'm like, no, I'm full. And I buy the food. I'm like, I don't even want it now. And I'm getting excess food sitting in the fucking bus because I buy it out of habit. The momentum of the habit is strong. It's strong, especially if you haven't realized it to catch it yet. And I'll buy stuff and it feels like I want it, and I realize it's the momentum of habit. But in the moment, it really feel like you want it, and that's an unaware spot that I'm coming to awareness on. But it's cool to have the food. Whatever, it's food that doesn't go bad. It's sitting in the hot bus, so it doesn't matter anyway. But I like to just buy as I eat it. But I'm really eating less and less. I eat it. It's stuff I used to eat weeks ago. Now it's sitting there, and more energy, and I have more energy. Sleep less, more energy, eat less food, feel lighter. But really, I just wanted to talk about the Creole movements at the simultaneously focusing on your version of whatever your feeling body is. For me, it's what I explained, and it can feel anywhere from sweet, approaching orgasmic, to highest excitement, kind of giddiness, and I can almost get it going now just by talking about it. That's how good it is. But I could actually. Actually, it's happening right now. But yeah, all right. Let me. Anyway, you focus on that, but in the relaxed state. I'm focusing on it right now, not so much in the relaxed state, so that it will start controlling you and align your body in meditation. You have the intention to know what you're talking about. You got to go through some shit, and it will align your body how you need to align to have the energy line that it needs to be for the most efficient whatever you're going to be doing in your belief systems. That's all I really wanted to go. And I always get off on a tangent. God, I'm feeling so good right now. Oh my God. So this is what I'm doing when I'm meditation. I'm getting this feeling. Usually it's not when I'm talking on video. Lots of times it's more and more so it is. And I'm also getting it while I'm playing music. Intentionally trying to, because I notice things. So all I'm doing is stuff that Abraham or Bashar or any people's been saying for so many years, so many hundreds, thousands of years. That's just connected to source. You could say connected to God. I won't. You could say connected to lots of things. It's just some words are laden with so many preconceived notions and so much rigmarole of history that you just don't want to use them. And that's all it really is. Nothing against it. It's the all-encompassing energy, unconditional love, God, all that is, the moving image of eternity, infinite intelligence. I'm partial to that one myself. Infinite intelligence is source energy, underlying field, connecting to that shit, and knowing you're connected to it. Ooh. And when you get it like this, when it's strong and you know it, you gotta live it up, bask in it, really, really egg it on. That's not the right word. Like really, tell yourself that you're feeling it. You're really feeling it right now. Like I'm feeling it right now. What you're doing is you're adding on momentum to it. You're adding extra focus to it, doing it through a different method. And it also helps you to remember on cycles of lower vibration. Also remember, the higher you get, it'll feel like a same cycle of extra low vibration that's not really that low, but just because you're so high, the ratio is there and the distance is different. Anyway, when you're in those cycles, you'll remember that time you say to yourself 20 times that you were feeling it. And that will, hey, little mosquito, oh, you're back, huh? It's kind of cold outside. How are you even here? It's dark. I know the days are warmer. Look, I'm trying not to kill you guys. I can, though, because I know what death is. But look, you get on me, you're dying. You can stay over there. Fuck, what was I saying? You just came in to fuck up my thought. That's what it was. So what I'm doing right now is I notice I'm intentionally going back to that feeling in my ankles, which lots of times will get me back on track to what I was thinking about. But I knew I had to do with that anyway. Yeah, so you said it 20 times, and so on your cycles of feeling incomplete, you can bring that feeling back, sometimes almost instantly, just because you remember that day. You remember that day, and you can use that as a touchstone. That's what I call it. You can use that in a lot of ways, and I use it for that. So it's getting really sick lately. I'm enjoying it. I can tell things are changing in my life. I can tell my diet is, I can tell a lot of the things. It's a weird transition point for me physically, motivationally, heavily, densely changing things. Like, I need to do this, I need to eat better, I need to do this. And that's one way of doing it. That's how it starts. But now it's me focusing on this connection, and I naturally change. I naturally can't eat beef jerky anymore. I mean, I can. I'm talking like Slim. Get him, go away. You're gonna die. You're gonna die. All right. Anyway, he's trying to get me. You can't have this royal blood. No, just kidding. I'm trying not to kill him. I really am. Anyway, fuck. He distracted me again. That little bitch. That little bitch. Right when I'm trying to get to say something. Reminded yourself the cycle. It keeps you back on track, and you can even get that feeling back almost instantly. Instantly. I'm locked now in real time is a teaching moment. The feeling is dimmer right now. But I know I'm in a malleable state right now. I'm 3 bomb rips in. I've been sitting here outside and it's nice breezy, just listening to stuff. And I know I'm right there, so I can get it right back. And I'm already gotten the verge. I'm already there. I'm already there. And this is what I'm doing. And so there, I'm already back on track of what I was talking about. So now when I don't want to eat, it's because it's a natural thing, because I got the horse in front of the car. I'm not motivationally doing it. I'm focusing on my feeling body, and naturally, day after day, I'd eat one bite of beef jerky, instantly full. Like, it's okay to eat it, but my ratio has gone way down. Now, one bite for a day or two, where I could have ate 3 of those in a couple hours. And fucking 6 monsters drinking fucking playing Rocket League. You know what I mean? Something like that. All throughout the day, I used to eat those things. Greasy Slim Jim, all day long. The Tabasco ones, Tabasco ones, whatever, spicy ones. Anyway, can't do it anymore. It's not because I had to motivationally stop myself. That's how it used to be, and I'm noticing the transition now. It's more naturally just I'm focusing on my good feeling, and it's naturally the case. I can't eat so much food anymore. It's good. All good thing that more energy. Other things, caffeine addictions and things like that. They don't last long. Like I'll have a cup of coffee at the parents' house and brewing some coffee, which I don't really have caffeine much anymore. But that cup of hot coffee, sugar and creamer tastes fucking good as shit, and I do like it. But after cup, trying to get that second cup that you can easily wolf down now, just feels no. And my body's so much more in tune. It's like, no, that's all we need. We don't need it anymore. We don't need any more coffee. You're good. And I'll be wired the whole day. And I'll be off my cycle for a day on one cup, where I used to live on that shit. And it's not because I'm motivationally doing it. I'm not saying I got to change. I'm going to buckle down and get to it. And I came from that. I did that a lot. I'm going to drink less alcohol. I'm gonna do it, and that comes with a lot of ups and downs and back arounds and backlashes and failures, and but you can motivationally get yourself progress too, and it's like really hard fought, and you're proud of yourself, but you didn't do it the easy way, which is focus on your feeling body and letting it just change naturally. Now all these things are just dropping away. I'm not even doing them. I'm just focusing on my connection in my fucking feet, literally, all day long. Trying to anyway. And if not, and if it's a phase, like, because still doing the work day, I can't be there all the time. It's getting more thicker and thicker and easier and easier. So I know it will be there, but I'm doubting it ever all the time. I think you always need some play to grow. But it's just easier and easier, and it's all I'm doing now. It's like all I'm doing. Now, this is what Abraham Hicks has been saying since like the early 90s or 80s. This is what all the spiritual teachers who know something, who aren't just, shamming people, who aren't just faking it till they make it, who aren't faking it and really believe they know what they're talking about. That's even worse, because beliefs can get in there. And you can get in a weird state. But anyway, the ones who, in my opinion, worth their weight all said the same thing. It's, follow your bliss. Focus on your good feeling. All this cliche stuff that would make 20-year-old me roll my eyes and want to punch you in the face. Like, get the fuck out of here. Which is a good thing for me. I love seeing that hindsight. I love seeing my progress. I would have never thought I would have been this person. Ever. Which makes me realize some crazy stuff. Makes me have more compassion for people. When you see someone a certain way, and I see the change I went through, I can't be mad at somebody. I can't look at them in their now moment of whatever and think and lock them into that. I can't. Not from where I'm growing from. It's impossible. And all I'm doing is focusing on this good feeling. A feeling I could barely feel for half my life. By design, probably. By the way our society is, and the way we come into the world, the way the illusion tricks us doubly or triply, and just with all being pumped into this world with the cart in front of the horse, and no one tells you that that's the case. So you get some big whopping momentums going, and since the nature of reality is momentums and all this stuff, it takes a while to get out of that, and that can permeate and come out in an infinite number of ways in someone's life and what they're going through. And so you can't be mad at them. You can't. And if you are, it's okay in the moment. Nothing wrong with pure anger, annoyance, and being mad. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not one of those, gotta be happy all the time. No, just because you see me and I am happy all the time, this does not mean I don't think being angry is bad or wrong. No. I'm too smart for that. I know. You need the whole spectrum. Two sides of the same coin. You need it all. You can't cut off half of your power. So, this has gone on way longer than I thought, but sometimes I get into a rant, and I just decided I wanted to say where I was on now. I'm not a person to say this stuff until I start being really, really super confident about it in my own life, and I've tested it out logically and scientifically day after day, month after month, year after year, through my own experience, and seeing it build up and see the change, and blah, blah, blah. And now I'm feeling comfortable to come up and say, this is what I'm doing, and now this is where I'm at. And I'm completely confident to say it. I see the benefits. No more poking me with a stick. No more dangling a carrot in front of me to motivate me to change. No. I've taken my horses, tied them in front of my cart, while everyone else still has it the other way and look at me with weird faces. Although not so much in 2026. There's lots of people who are coming around. Although still very small percentage, but guess what? It's the way we like it. No one wants to be in a game and be part of the group that figures it out and then have everyone figure it out at the same time. Where's the fun of that? You don't get the special experience of being someone who's special, who's progressing better, faster than others, and things like that. Being part of the knowing group. It's a thing. It's fun, and we like that. Plus, you need a large portion to be unaware for this whole rigmarole to keep rolling. It's all needed. So it works on both ends. But that's where I'm at right now. And that's just, I'm excited to see how deep I can get this feeling going. I call it the walking light. Meaning I can get it not just meditating, not just laying on my stomach. Laying on my stomach and getting that exciting feeling that often comes up early in the morning when you wake up. If you catch it, you can get it there and focus on it and nurture it every morning. And then bring it into every segment of your life also. That's another way to catch it. I know what you're talking about because there's a meme of it. Also that meme of Shaq shaking like a cat, looking all excited. Just looking at that meme can bring me right back to my state, and I can catch on to it, and then I don't need the meme anymore, and I can go on about. And I can keep it stoked. I'm stoking it right now. A lot of times you can tell by my eyes if they look. You can just tell when someone's connected. You can just tell. I can tell in the pictures. And the pictures I post, I'm like, oh, I was feeling it there. I can just look at myself and tell. So that's where I'm at right now. Connection. I'm dropping all the middlemen. You cut them all out. You don't need any middlemen. It's you and your focus, your experience, your connection to source. That's it. That's all you need. Everything else is a plus. It's an adage. It's an appreciation. It's a plus. Or minus, whatever. But everything else is it's a rolling around you. You don't need to get all buttoned up in there. Stay with your focus on yourself. Now, if you're listening to me for some reason and you don't understand what I'm saying, it must mean you're at the very beginning of your journey. Like, you're listening to me and like, well, this makes no sense to me. What the fuck are you talking about? Just focus on this. You're maybe at the very beginning, but if you're listening to me, you're close enough, because people who aren't ready for this aren't going to even come across any videos like this at all. And I know this to be true because Videos like this have been going on forever. Like, say, Abraham Hicks, Esther Hicks, have been talking in front of people about this shit since the 80s, or mid 80s, early 90s. And people like that since before, right? And I knew nothing about it. My life never led me to come across any of her videos. Hear anyone say anything this, that, what? Never. Because I didn't think that way. So the frequencies, that reality was not morphing into my now experience ever. Now, as you live in life and things, you get rigmarole, love that fucking word, you get corkscrewed around in the ocean long enough, you always have your higher being knowing what you really want, because that's, you're banging out your physical control. So they're always trying to get you going in the right direction. Eventually they'll get their teeth in you, and you'll start figuring things out. And as your mind opens up, things start seeping in. You start hearing people you never heard before, seeing videos you never heard before. It's because your mind is different. Half my life, never really came across this stuff. My mind was rigid. I was as dense as they come. Someone tell me, well, anything's possible. I'm gonna dude, jump over this house right now. Look, you're an idiot. That's not possible. You said anything's possible. That was me. I would have shut it down. Get the fuck out of my face. You fucking. I wouldn't say that, and I really wouldn't think that I was a kid. That was me, rigid, and never would have came across, because that was not my frequency. And they were out there still teaching this shit, and now I'm a person doing this shit. So if you're coming across this, you need to see it in some sort of way. And if it doesn't make sense to you, you're on the beginning journeys of figuring this stuff out. Very, 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 very beginning journey. So be focusing on your feeling and all that stuff. Not going to make much sense to you. You just need to meditate, quiet your mind, and realize that your thoughts are not your own, that you're receiving them based on what your habitual frequency is, and realize that they're coming in. And even when you try to stop them, they're going to come in anyway at first, until you get your momentum, because you actually do control them. But it takes a while to get the horse from the cart, get the momentum down, get all the shit down, all the past wrong momentum you got stacked up that's making the thoughts come in and think you, making the tail wag the dog, right? You're receiving these things. You're not physically thinking them. You're not generating them out of your brain. You're receiving them. And meditation will teach you that. Meditation will teach you lots of things, even the kind of lesser cliche surface level things, like just relaxing, which is actually very important. But I'm trying to say it like, not trying to go for any deep cosmic creating your reality stuff. You're just trying to quiet your mind, and it's just good for the dense people who are just trying to quiet their mind. They don't go any deeper than that. They're not fucking tapping into ancient wisdom, creating their own realities in front of their eyes. No. They got fucking problems. They're in a relationship they don't want. Their kids are screaming at them. They don't love their spouse. They're thinking of cheating. They're low on money. They're stealing. They're doing this. They got themselves into this shit just trying to survive, or whatever. And meditation could help that. They might not even be on the start of their journey. Meditation can still help on that level too. But what it's really for me anyway, what I've gotten from it is more in touch with my feeling body, realizing my thoughts are not my own, but I can still control them through everyday lessening of these momentums and focusing to build other momentums up. So now the thoughts that come in on a day-to-day, I still aren't generating them, but they're nice. They're thoughts that appreciate me. They're thoughts that build me up. They're thoughts that build the reality that I want. They're thoughts that keep entities out of my reality that are not my frequency. And these are not scary demons. I'm talking about people. People who aren't your frequency aren't living in the world you're living in, the actual physical reality that you're living in. You may see them, but they're not living in reality, and that's why they don't really talk to you. Can't come up to you. Things will happen. They'll go this way. You'll go that way. You're not meant to be. And it's cool how subtly that works out with all the multifarious happenings, everything happening at once. Anyway. This is went on long. My mouth is now dry. That's how I know. 30 minutes almost going on the clock. But it was a good one. I feel like a coming around moment. I feel like all the stuff years ago when I thought I was going crazy and thought other people might think I'm going crazy, and I was trying to learn this stuff but not talk about it. I mean, this is 10, 12, 13 years ago. And just feeling like, man, have I taken too many drugs? Did I make the wrong decision? But it feels, there's always a little inkling. There's something feels right about this. I'm feeling like I'm onto something. And so I just come back around showing me I made the right decision. These things I was focusing on have become more evident and more evident and more evident. And so evident now I'm confident enough to talk about it in front of people. Wish I would have shot myself in the face before I did that before. If I did any of this, I would rather be alone in the forest, in the corner, reading, listening to Bashar, smoking some fucking weed, listening to the Grateful Dead, feeling my body, trying to figure this stuff out, listening to Richard Feynman, researching physics papers, and like trying to figure this shit out. Like, what's going on? It's gotta be something. Something's going on here. And here I am. I've figured it out. And people don't like to hear people say they figured it out. No one likes this. It's a popular saying, and it's very wise. No one knows everything. No one knows it all. No one knows what's going on here. But if belief is king, and your belief is what's controlling your reality, and it's the king, then why would you foster that belief? Why would you foster that belief that no one can know what's going on? If you then believe that someone could know the real what's going on, it is possible, and belief is king, then your reality must shape to that. Think how powerful people can be. Now, here's the kicker. Don't let that fear come in. Well, we can't have these people doing that because I don't create my own reality. That other people create reality. I'm just going to be rung along the wake of other people's reality. That's already what's happening, bitch. That's already what's happening. So you can just keep living in it, and nothing's changed. So no downfall, right? And so you're already there. You're already there. Create your reality, and if you get to the point of really figuring it out, you've already learned enough to where you are not I use the word evil. I don't like to use the word evil, but it just gets my point across. You're not wicked. You're not that type of person. You're not vindictive. You're not stuck in those patterns. It's impossible. I'm telling you, it's impossible. Once you reach a certain level, those fall away like snake shedding skin. It's impossible. You will not become a bad person or someone ready to manipulate the masses in a bad way if you reach a certain level. It's impossible. It's impossible. I'm telling you, 100% sure. You reach a certain frequency, you are a good person. You have shifted to a timeline where you know what's going on. You have such deep compassion. Even just for simple things like seeing where you came from and in this lifetime to where you come from now. You just can't hate people. You can't be bad. You can't be mean. You understand it's lighthearted. It's just a game going on. It's so perfect in every way. And so, you just can't. I forget what you can't do. You can't be mad at people. No, that wasn't it. It was something else. Oh, you can't be a wicked, evil, vindictive, manipulated person once you come into your true power. Once you get the power to really control, most people will say he has power. He has influence. Like true influence. A couple things happen. Either no one even knows you, ever. Because you have so much influence, you don't even know to show your face. Right? And on top of that, the other thing is, you're going to be a nice person. Or at least not someone tricking people and things like that. And you don't have to worry about all the dirty, unwashed masses. Don't have to worry about a true power coming in that's going to be vindictive or anything like that. Impossible. Not in my reality. Not in my reality, my friends. And here you are. You're in my reality. So, not possible. Sorry. Now, remember, I'm in your reality too. So, if our frequencies don't match good enough, we will never meet. And that's just how it works. In all ways, quantumly, in every direction, not just physically meeting, but that is a way too. That gets me on another thing that just popped in my head. Beauty. True beauty. Someone who is just really beautiful. There's two different types of beauty. You can have twins look exactly the same, right? Most physically beautiful twins. I mean, your type, everything. Whatever your type is, You look at them and you're just like, you just want to like, I don't want to get perfect for you physically, like sexy, hot, raw, elegant, poised, beautiful. Two twins look exactly the same. We have one that's a wicked heart, or trapped in momentums that they don't understand yet, and one who has been touching the divine for a while. They look exactly the same. The one that's been touching the divine will be even more beautiful than the just physically beautiful one. Now, a person who's unaware will look at them and tell that they're both hot, and maybe can see that one's for something about the other one, but they're unaware. Someone who's connected will see they're both hot. One is really not hot, not really, and one is just radiant. Now, take that to people who don't look the same. You can have someone who's not your physical type, even kind of ugly, where you would think physically if you're using the base looking, but they're connected to the divine. You're looking at them and like, something's either hot about them, sexy about them, or something appealing about them. You're like, I didn't know that was my type. I didn't know that was my type. But it's their connection. Now, a lot of times, if you're connected for plenty of lifetimes and you know what you're doing, your body's going to be beautiful. When you come in on your next go around, you know what you're doing. And then when you connect back to your knowing in that lifetime, your body will change drastically, even more physically too. I'm not just talking about losing weight. It will change. And you just become, that's why beauty. It's something more. People were like, well, you don't judge a book by cover, which is true. But also people need to understand that true beauty, if you're seeing something that's true beautiful, there's something deeper and more prevalent of information in that than just the beauty. And just like the two twins that look the same. It's not all just about that. I'm trying to explain it. I'm not sure I hit the mark on that. But hold more reverence for someone who looks fucking amazing. Especially if there's something about it you can't quite put your finger on, because they're probably connected to something that you don't understand yet. But you can get turned around and think that hot people, pretty people are mean or are evil or this or that. But you just gotten tricked and you got caught up in cultural rampages of misguided thought and the way the beliefs are. You can make those real for you in your life. You'll only, if say you got tricked into believing that and beliefs are so strong, you will only meet hot people who happen to be seemingly rude to you, maybe having a bad day that day, the dad died, who knows. And every time you meet with a hot person, they're mad to you for some reason. The rest of their life, they're golden. When they met you that day, they're mad. So you, in your life, your belief is that hot people are fucking rude as shit, and that's what you get. That's what you get, because you believe it, even if you were tricked into that belief. But it's not the case. Most of the time, hot people are the nicest people ever. They got to deal with so much shit. And they're usually really aware just because of that. And they figure out social games because of that. And they usually can be more compassionate because of that. And a lot of times, hot people aren't always hot, so they have double compassion and more understanding because of that. But that's my belief. So when I meet people, I get that. And your belief is your belief. You create your perceptions, your realities. So really, what are you gonna be letting into your belief system, your craw there? What are you gonna be letting into that? Right? Momentum. Take the last 5 days, what you've been thinking about, mostly. So what you've been saturating your now moment with, which is all you have is your now moment. Well, that's probably what your next 5 days are going to be like. And then your next 5, deepening and deepening and deepening. Before you know it, 10,000 days go by. I don't know how many years that might be too long. I don't know, man. And then you can't get out of the rut you got in. You really can, but it's going to feel like you can't. But you can. Your inner beings are working vigorously to guide you, your ignorant ass, to go in the right direction, in spite of you not even being connected, really, pinching yourself off so much. But it's all part of the game. It's all part of the game. It's all fun. So this started, just focus on your feeling body, guys. Motivational, pushing change will transition into falling away change, and all you're doing is simple focusing on one thing, cut out all the middlemen, everything falls away, no more carrot in front of the stick. Motivation, you gotta push it every day, gotta strive and struggle to work hard, grind and get my shit. No. That's for one level of living, and it's a high level of that segment of living. People living down at that level, that's a high level of living. They're motivated, they're getting their shit, they're getting their grinding, you see their progress, they got their house, but they're taking their medication, and they're fucking crazy, and they're tired, and they can't sleep, and they're not even at their house because they're at their job all the time. That's one level, and that's the higher level of the low levels, right? Get out of that level. Cut out all that shit. Easy button. Boop. For you. You focus on your feeling body. Prove it that you can grow it. Start growing it like a plant, like a garden. Start seeing your reality slowly match that. Crack and shift and fall away and change. Prove it to yourself. You got to prove it to yourself or you'll never change your belief. Beliefs are king. Okay? We're just here to help. Come across this shit, it's because maybe you're close to figuring this stuff out yourself. Or not. I listened to these people for many years before I got to where I am now. Never gave up on it, but put a hiatus and just lived life. And there's something about this shit, but I can't figure it out. But anyway, it comes back around. Something will happen. Something will trigger you. Made me figure it out. I had an epiphany. And I'm telling you guys. I'm here to tell you guys. Cut out the middle and focus on your feelings. It's coming back now. I can feel it now. It's coming back now. And so I'm going to say it now. It's coming back now. And this is what I do on my own time in my meditation. It's coming back now. I'm feeling it connected now. There's a reason. I'm repeating it. I told you before. It makes, that last 5 days, when I told you about what your last 5 days was going to cut that down to just a 30-second segment. This 30 seconds, I've been repeating and connecting and feeling, focusing on the feeling. So next 30 seconds, there's more chance that I'm going to continue doing that. Next 30 seconds, there's more chance that I'm going to continue to do that. Maybe less chance because I haven't been doing that for most of my life. More chance though. I'm still doing it now. So this has been a good portion of this hour segment, which is a portion of this day segment. So this day segment, what I'm doing now, there's more chance I'll be doing it later in my next days, and in my next days, deeper and better and thicker and more intuitive and smarter and wiser and easier and feeling sweeter in my feet. Feeling, like I'm about to sometimes be making noises that sound a little sexual, because it feels so good. Just want to be like, So, and I notice Esther when she's channeling, just before she goes, she gets that way. She's kind of like she can barely contain the sweetness, and I feel it. I get it. You just got more information. You're smarter. You're wiser. You react. You don't react. You respond better. But you respond so fast, it's almost a reaction. It seemed like a reaction to other people, but it's really a response, and it's always right. You're always in the right place at the right time because you know it. You are always in the right place at the right time, always. But if you didn't know it, then that belief system would allow lots of crazy shit to happen to you. Always in the way to lead you where you need to be, but it would seem you were not in the right place right now. But hindsight will show you that's not the case. Okay. I think I let it all out, what I wanted to say. 43 minutes. It was just supposed to be a short 3 minutes. 43 minutes. I really need to get out, and I think if I would have played music, it would have been one of those super long ones. But I decided just to sit out. It's a nice breezy day. Mood is right in my face. The weather's perfect now. Cool at night, but not cold. Warm in the day, but not too warm to where it's not comfortable in the bus. I should have stopped. It was at 43 when I looked at it. You know what? I'm going to wait until 4444. So we'll talk about whatever. So I got out what I wanted to say. Everything seems to be coming easier. I even noticed people changing in my life. You got to be wary of that. Because you can jump down their throats. So why are you acting this way now? Don't fucking change now, bitch. And maybe they deserve that. Or maybe you shifted realities. And maybe the shifted reality where you're in now, the closest thing you can get to them changing is them just acting like they're changing because they want to ride your coattails or something like that. But it's still a reality shift, and you should honor it as slightly, ever so slightly in the right direction. Don't jump down the throat, so you will mess people actually changing. and you will lock them in a cage for your reality, and they will only stay the same. 4, 4, 3, 4, 4.